Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is Fiendish Friday. I'm here at you with another fantastic film. Much better than yesterday's release of Famine. Yesterday was a little rough, even though I am wearing one of my Gutterball shirts just because I am a huge Ryan Nicholson fan and I love Gutterballs. It's such an amazing little gem of a movie. It's super duper fun. Today's movie is very vile. As a matter of fact, it says on it says warning: this film is not rated and is not intended for younger viewers. It contains graphic violence, gore, self-mutilation, drug use, foul language, prolonged graphic sex sequences, and strong political and religious satire. Yes, it is definitely extreme on the gore and on the story itself. It's from 2008. Stars Ron DeCaro, David Barry, Sophia, Flynn, Steve Muse, and Drew Snelson. Also directed by Ron DeCaro as well. And as another other than The Gateway Meat. Yes. This is the newer release. This is from Acid Brain Films. They re-released this. This is the Bright Side trilogy. I still need to watch the other two. I should have watched them earlier today, just so I could get them out of the way. But I ended up watching Red Crocodile instead. I might review that next week. I'm not sure. It's my second viewing. Have you guys seen that? What do you guys think of Red Croc? That is a pretty wild one, pretty gnarly. Could have been much more graphic, I feel like. Very psychological film. This one is both, though. It's both psychological and graphic as hell. Because there's stuff to do with this little girl right here, and she plays Ron DeCaro's daughter. I don't know if that was his real child in real life or not. Either way, the child was very little, very young. It reminded me of my daughter when she was that age. It definitely was very powerful on adding her into the scenario. Now let me show off this release real quick. This is, like I said, it's from Acid Brain and Acid Brain Films. It's got the Bright Side trilogy in there. There's that. There's really no special features other than you got the two other films with it. And then as far as inside, this is a nice sturdy case. I wish most cases came like this. This is a nice case. There's your standard disc. It is a DVD. It's not. It's a printed DVD. It's not some crappy DVD-R, which is nice. I get tired of when those reprints come out and it is a DVD-R or BDR, which is crappy. My player, it'll play DVD-Rs, but BDRs it sometimes can be a little iffy on just because of the format. Something with my player, and it just does not agree with BDR for whatever reason. It'll play, for every 5 that I have, it'll play 1. I did get a new Blu-ray player, so maybe that might change things. I don't know. Now, what is this one about? It's about a guy who's basically him, his wife, and are serial killers. And they have drugged their poor daughter into the middle of this and are treating it like a fairy tale. Essentially, they're showing her that murder is good, and that all these horrible atrocities that they're doing to these people is okay. And then they have a friend. I forget what his name is quite right now. Very piss poor actor, I thought. But his character was very dark and demented, and was very mysterious in ways, I would say. In a good way, 50-50 on him. At one point, he is grinding up glass from a light bulb and putting in, I don't know what drug it is. I'm guessing maybe meth. I don't know. I don't do drugs. He's crushing that in with it, and then he snorts it, and then he starts bleeding from his nose. It's like, what in the hell are you doing, dude? That is just, you're gonna kill yourself that way. But the longer you see this character, the more you can tell he just does not care. He does not give a flying F. No Fs are given on this guy. Now, DeCaro's character, he is basically, he's moving into his father's old house. His father was a Satanist who believed that he was able to open up portals to hell. How true was that through what really happened in the story? I mean, not in real life. I'm talking about, did it really happen, or is it just all make believe? And then he has this poor guy that is on the spectrum. He is a mentally challenged character, who they are basically making him kill people because they believe he can open up portals as well. Very disturbing to see that somebody would essentially make somebody that knew no good do something like that. But it showed their character because they did it with not only him, they did it with their daughter. So it shows what kind of characters DeCaro and his wife are in this film. They're despicable. They're bad people. Very, very, very well portrayed too. The wife, you don't see a whole lot in this. You see her once in a while. It looks like she's mostly there for cleanup on aisle 5. We have a decapitation on aisle 5. She does a lot of cleanup, it looks like. There is a really, really twisted sex scene between her and DeCaro that involves a dead body that was pretty gnarly, that I will never ever forget. There's a lot of imagery in here you can't forget. It's very, very dark and very angry and mean-spirited. Now, does it make it bad? Hell no. It's all the right ingredients to make an entertaining film, and that is exactly what it is. I would like to get my hands on an older copy of this just so I can have it in my collection, because it's worth the double dip, I feel like, even though this is probably the better release of it, because it's all been remastered and everything. It's been cleaned up or whatnot. I have no idea, but anyways, it's definitely a must watch for all my gore hounds. Now, I'm not going to go a whole lot further into what the movie's about, because it's about a serial killer, his family, another serial killer, and a special somebody on the mental spectrum that's mentally challenged, and what happens between them and this whole idea of opening portals to hell. That's essentially what the whole story is about, and DeCaro's character trying to clean up after I think his name's Roland is what his name is, but cleaning up after the other serial killer is proving to be quite the task as well. At one point, there's this magical scene where it looks like they're Mormons. I'm not 100%. They come in and they're trying to teach DeCaro the ways their religious ways, which is quite humorous because he has some fun dialogue with them. It kind of cracked me up the way he was so nonchalant to them, like basically giving them a middle finger. In other words, it was very cool, very cool. Now, as far as what I would rate this one, on the technical side, it's up and down. It does have a few plot holes, nothing major, no giant gapes in it, nothing that's gonna make you complain too much. The ending is the one thing I'm not 100% on. I wished there was a little more to it, because it kind of leaves it open. Maybe if I watch the other two in the Bright Side trilogy, it'll make more sense. Until then, I'm just going to go with it ends very abruptly and you get a very. The daughter makes a very demonic looking face. She's very cute, and when she makes those faces, it's so cute. I just want to squeeze it and pinch her cheeks. That's how cute she is. And there's some cool camera angles. The storyline moves along rather well. The only real problems that it suffers from is some bad acting, but I can overlook that really easily, just because I watch so many independent films and I can see what the overall what the overall picture is instead of what the little flaws are in it. You know, I can overlook that stuff. So I'm gonna give it a 3, middle of the road on that end. Now, as far as an entertainment side, this son of a bitch is whoa, I just swore. This is very entertaining, or at least I thought it was. It's very weird, very twisted, very sick. DeCaro, you are a sick man for coming up with this. You know, the things that you did with, especially with the little girl. Like, oh my God, that's the first thing that I always think of is the little girl in there. So I'm going to give it a 4. So this thing's got a 3 and a 4. We're going to give it a grand total of a 7 overall and call it amazing right there. Really makes up for yesterday's movie, because yesterday's was so bad. I can't stress that enough, that how bad Famine was. This though is much more worth it. It's a little pricier. You got to pay like $30 for it, I believe, is what it is. You get it in pretty quick time. I got mine in like 4 days or 5 days. I don't remember. I forgot. You know, I ordered it and then completely forgot I did. You know, one of those pleasant surprises. All right, I'm gonna put that down. All right, guys. I'm going to get the hell out of here. I'm up over the 12-minute mark. I was able to get it up over there. I don't know how. I wanted to get it at about 10 minutes, but well, we'll just go with what we got. All right, guys. Love your faces as always. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you Monday with another fantastic review. Tuesday, I already got lined up for what I wanted to do for that one. It's a wacky one. And then for the rest of the week, next week, I'm not sure yet. So we'll see what we got going on. All right, y'all. Peace.